Identity theft is the #1 reported crime we have today that's reported to the Federal Trade Commission, and is probably one of the most prolific crimes that we deal with here in the city of Bloomington in relation to the Property Crimes Division. There is nothing out there today that can absolutely prevent you from being a victim of identity theft, but there are some things that you can do to help reduce your chances of being a victim. There are 3 important things that I tell people, not only from a consumer standpoint, but as a protective standpoint, to prevent being a victim of identity theft. One of the main things is our credit card use. For example, if you go to a restaurant and you use your credit card, what do you use? You use your debit card or a credit card. I tell people, if you give that waitress or waiter your credit card and they leave, they have things that are called skimmers, and they can actually record your credit card number, download that to a computer, and use that to make a counterfeit credit card or sell that number for someone else to use, and then thus you're a victim of identity theft. So my first bit of advice is, if you can't see the person that you're actually handing that credit card to, then don't use your debit card. If you can see the person that's handling that, use your debit card if you can see them from start to finish during that transaction. A second area that you can use to protect yourself against identity theft is identity theft protection services. I'm not here advertising for anyone in particular, but if it's through your bank, whether you're with Wells Fargo, US Bank, TCF, many banks actually have protective services that can monitor your 3 credit repositories. Now, the 3 credit repositories that are out there are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. It can give you peace of mind that if you have a service, whatever one that you choose, it can be pennies on the dollar every month that you will pay for, that will monitor your credit agencies 24 hours a day. So God forbid if somebody's using your credit card number or they try to open up a new account, you'll be notified of that. And again, at least it'll stop further problems from happening, and you can catch it, nip it in the bud before more problems happen. Because what we see a lot of is somebody, maybe they're buying a house or maybe they're leasing a car, and they pull a credit report and they say, geez, 2 years ago, someone opened up a card account in my name, and now it's gone into default, and it ruins their credit score, and now they can't lease a car and they have no idea what happened, and it causes a world of headaches. A third thing you can do to protect yourself from identity theft is, I always tell people, limit your credit card use and limit the amount of credit cards that you have. We see people all the time when they have their wallets stolen, like from the Mall of America, which unfortunately is a somewhat common occurrence, and they have 7, 8 credit cards. Those people that take those credit cards, they're looking for that instant payday. So whether they're going to a local store here or they're going to another store at the mall, now you've got 7 or 8 credit cards that are being used in your name, and it's really hard to keep track of. A lot of people don't write down their credit card numbers, and when they call us, they don't have that information, and a lot of damage can be done. So my advice to people, and also it's fiscally smart, is limit yourself to 1 or 2 credit cards. So God forbid if something does happen to you, it's less to keep track of. When you call the police and you have to make a report, we're more than willing to help, but it just keeps it a little bit easier to keep track of. Another thing too, and this is important as well, when you go to a restaurant or you receive a receipt, always make sure that the receipt that you receive, sometimes it could have the full credit card number on it. Now, there's laws that have been passed that should not be happening anymore, but if you see that, sometimes a person that gives you that receipt at a restaurant or any merchant, and you sign that receipt and you give that back to them and it has your full credit card on it, you can scratch that credit card number out, because unfortunately, people that work in that industry, they will sell that number. They'll sell it to somebody else to make a counterfeit credit card and to use that for identity theft, which you will become a victim of.